Welcome to Kids Academy.
How about it, Polly?
Hi.
You know, I've been thinking a lot about forces. You know, push or pull on an object. Like when I push this banana across the table, or if I pull it toward me.
What is a force?
That's a good question. What is a force? Let's talk about it. When an object moves from place to place, we call that motion. In order for an object to be put into motion, a force has to be applied to it. That force can be either a push or a pull. Now that we know a little bit about motion and forces, let's step into the lab and take a look at what they look like in real life using this toy truck. We're going to be exploring push and pull. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the truck down facing forward and backward. When I push it, I'm usually moving the object away from myself so I can push it away from me. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it. When we pull an object, it usually comes toward us. Now I'm pulling the object. Now that's a forward and a backwards motion. We can do the same thing when we're talking about up and down. If I get under my object, like so, I can push the object up. Or I can set it down and I can come from the top of my object and I can pull the object up. Objects can't move on their own. In order for an object to move, some sort of force has to be applied to it, either a push or a pull. If I leave it alone and nothing touches this, the object will not move by itself. Now I'd like to play a game where we look at real life forces and determine whether they're pushes or pulls. I'm going to give you an example of force in action, and you got to shout out whether it's a push or a pull. Spinning in first, we have an RV towing a car. Push or pull? Pull! Next up, a game of shuffleboard. That's a push. What force am I using to roll this giant wheel? That's a push. Time for a tough one. This crane lifting a giant object? It's pulling that slab. When we're playing pool, what force are we using? Push. So what have we learned today? Objects don't move on their own. In order for an object to be put into motion or being moved from one place to another, some sort of force has to be acted upon it, either a push or a pull. So whether it's pushing a soccer ball with your feet or pulling your water bottle just a little bit closer, forces move our world.